least dip my feet in the Mediterranean Ocean since we're on our last day here in Barcelona and we're headed towards Madrid. Out here on the beach, trying to catch the sunrise come up. Water's a little cold. The sand is kind of a brown, orange look, different than the white sandy beach we have in Florida. But there's a lighthouse back there, and we're just waiting for the sun to come up. So this is our last day. Today's a travel day. We're going to be doing a drive for about 6 hours to Madrid. So I had to get at least one foot in the ocean. First time in Spain, first time in Europe, and now I put my foot in a different ocean. So anyway, we're gonna catch a sunrise and get some breakfast. So the purpose of this whole trip, or the reason that we're on this whole trip, is because my son got invited through his school, through one of the teachers. So we have two teachers with our group from my son's high school, and then the tour director, who you've seen, Alam, is with EF Tours. And EF Tours basically does these tours for students across the world. And the idea is to get kids out exploring and going to different countries at a young age, but with adult supervision. So they go all sorts of places. As a matter of fact, next year they're going to Scotland, which we may go to that too because it sounds cool. But when we had the opportunity to go on this trip to Spain, and we just said, absolutely, let's jump on it. So, and that was like 3 years ago that my son came home and talked about it. So, we took the tour and we, came over here, and it's been absolutely amazing. So this little restaurant that I found here in Cayela called La Ria. Came here yesterday and got a coffee with my wife, and so I came back this morning because it's the only place open, but the coffee was good and strong. And when the owner or the waiter saw me, he said uno, and I thought he meant like only one person. I said yes, and so I sat down. He walked up and handed me a café con leche. He remembered me from yesterday and brought me my coffee. That is what I love about this. Coming to new places and just the people, man. Like, it's so nice. Just he remembered me, and I've only been here one time for coffee. And so I got myself my café con leche, and I have a dulce de leche crepes on the way. So I'm gonna start off my last day in Barcelona eating well. Cheers. Oh, they have good coffee here. All right, hey, we've made it to Zaragoza, Spain, the fifth largest city in Spain, one of the least visited, believe it or not. Zaragoza was founded by the Romans, first BC, and it was actually once named Augustus Caesar, the city, at one time during the Roman rule. This wall behind me is all remains of a Roman wall that was once here. This is a really neat city. We're only here for a short time. It's actually a lunch break, so we're gonna try and get as much packed in as we can, but wait till you see some of the sights here. Cappuccino. Great way to start my first day off here in Madrid. Well, technically it's our second day because we arrived last night, but we just checked into the hotel. We had some dinner and just kind of hung out, grabbed some cervezas, and just kind of chilled out for a while. But today we're going out to Madrid. So yesterday was a great day. Not a lot of videoing, mostly a bus ride over here, 6-hour drive from Barcelona. We stopped off in Zaragoza, where we saw the amazing Basilica de Pilar church. It was absolutely stunning church, and some other really cool sites there in Zaragoza. Interesting fact, Zaragoza is the 5th largest city in Spain, but one of the least visited. I guess just because it's kind of in between Barcelona and Madrid. It does take about 3 hours to get there from Barcelona, but you could do a high-speed train to get there. I definitely want to come back with my wife. There's really a lot to see. It's a good full-day city to stay a day there, or at least 5 hours, because there's really some neat stuff there. There was a Roman wall there, and some other really cool things. Plus, they actually have it's hard to pronounce with the Al Jafara, but there's an old palace there, a Middle Eastern palace there. That it's now like offices for the city, but it's a cool place. So you definitely want to check that out if you go. So, but hey, man, we're down to our last 2 days here in Madrid, and on today's agenda, we have a little flamenco dancing. So I'm going to put on my 2 left feet and try to get out and dance. And more importantly, we're actually going to the palace. So we get to go to the palace here for Spain. I'm really excited about that. I've never been to a palace. This will be my first time. So I'm looking forward to that. It should be an amazing day. It's actually cool out. I can't believe how cool it's been in Spain here in the mornings for the summer. It's actually a chill in the air. So it heat up as the day goes on, but I've got a t-shirt and shorts, so I've dressed comfortably for the day. But all right, guys, it's another fun adventure here as our trip continues in Spain, and we're heading to do some dancing. So let's get the day going. Hola. Morning. So we took a short bus ride over to the city. We're near the city center, and the first thing on tap today in Madrid is flamenco dancing. Now, I got 2 left feet, so I don't know how well this is going to go, but it should be fun. They're going to split us up into 2 groups. One group will stay here and go through a lesson and learn to flamenco, while the other will take a walking tour, and then they'll come back and the other group will take the lessons and dance, and then that group will go do a walking tour. So kind of splitting the groups up, but should be interesting, and I'm going to try to get as much footage of this because it should be comical to see me with my 2 left feet dancing. All right, so we split off into the 2 groups. The other kids are back there practicing to learn how to do the flamenco dance, and we are being treated to something that I'm very excited about. So as I mentioned, you guys may know that I watched a show called Somebody Feed Phil. It's a great travel show. The guy started the show, Everyone Loves Raymond. He basically wrote it. Anyway, he does a show on Netflix where he travels around the country and the world and goes and tries different foods and gets to meet all the locals and all that. Well, one of the places he went to was a world famous place for churros here in Madrid, and we are about to go there. Apparently they have the world's best churros, and our guide is taking us there.
For your free time, for lunch, okay? Now we're gonna go to the Plaza Mayor.
So we made it to the Plaza Mayor, and you can see we're in this beautiful plaza here in Madrid. You can see everyone out here, and it's just absolutely stunning. Another beautiful place here in Spain. I think we're going to do a little walking around here with a little free time, and then I got to go find my churros. But this is another beautiful city, and wow, what a great way to start the day. cities are just so vibrant. There's just people everywhere. This is the capital of Spain, so obviously it's a much bigger city. But even in Barcelona, just so many people there. They only have like a little over 1 million people that live in Barcelona, yet they have something like 12 million people who came and visited back in 2019. So, oh, look at this. My goodness. Just look. These markets are just amazing. So, and just all the architecture, just, yeah, if you love beautiful architecture and food and super friendly people, yeah, I highly recommend you come to Spain, because it has been a pleasure on this trip the whole week. And we still have today and tomorrow. I'm gonna try and eat as much as I can. So this clock tower back here is where they do their New Year's Eve celebration, and the last 12 seconds it will go down and a ding ding ding. And the tradition here in Madrid at New Year's Eve right at midnight is to eat a grape. So we kiss someone, they eat a grape. Probably eat a grape and then kiss someone. So the bear in the tree is apparently a world famous thing that everyone knows about. When they see that, they know that you've been to Madrid. So we all stopped over there, and then there's something about touching the back of the bear's butt, right on its tail. I jumped up and tried to touch it. I'm not tall enough, but you can see that it was all kind of worn off from people touching it. So anyway, now we're going to go to one of the best chocolate factories for churros and chocolate. And I'm really excited to go here. So this is Chocolate Sanguines. This is the world famous chocolate and churro restaurant, and it's also the restaurant that, as I said, Phil from Somebody Feed Phil, the show I've been watching, was eating. And you can't see it, but right back here, there's people sitting there, but he was sitting at that table, and there was a long line, and it was kind of funny because he didn't have to queue because he had a whole camera crew, which means he didn't have to wait in line. Obviously, I'm not famous. We're gonna have to wait in line, but we're still gonna get our churros and chocolate. And wait till you see these things, they look delicious. So we made it to the world famous chocolate Sanguines here since 1894 here in Madrid. We've got our chocolate, we've got our churro, dip, and enjoy. It is every bit as good as it looked on the TV show and everything I've heard about it. Oh my God, I could sit here all day and eat churros. Muy bien. Now, you guys know I love sweets. I've talked about it in a lot of my videos. But my beautiful wife, she can eat some sweets once in a while, but she's really not the like eat the sweets kind of person. Look at her. She's totally enjoying these. How could you not? They're absolutely delicious. Definitely the best churro I've ever had in my life. All right, well, after eating all those churros and all that sweet chocolate, by the way, my wife laughed at me because I actually drank the chocolate. It was just too good not to. But after eating all those calories, what better way to burn them off than flamenco dancing? So, one of the very famous parts of Spain and their culture is the flamenco dance. And today we're actually at a school where we're gonna learn how to flamenco dance. I've got 2 left feet, so, and you won't get to see it because I don't think they let me video inside. But we'll try. But anyway, should be a lot of fun. We have a teacher, we're gonna take some lessons, and then we're going to try and do some flamenco dancing. So man, I will be thinking about those churros the whole way back home Thank you, Phil, from Somebody Feed Phil, because of you, I learned about that place, and I got to fulfill a dream of going there, and it was absolutely amazing. All right, let's go dance.